Welcome to another Wunderbuild tutorial. In this video, I'm going to take you through how to use Wunderbuild's site diary. Let's go ahead and get started. So what is the site diary? Well, it's known in your industry as the observation log, and you can utilize Wunderbuild's site diary to keep track of what's happening at each site, at each job, to ensure everything's kept up to standard. Now, I'll show you how to utilize Wunderbuild's site diary. So what you want to do is go ahead and hover to the menu to the left and go to a job. We'll utilize this as an example. And then once you click on that job, open up the sub menu. We'll now populate with additional items. Go to site diary, click on that, and you've got the option here. Now you've got some previous logged items, but what we'd like to do is show you how to create your own new entry. And in order to do that, I'll just quickly show you this area. Click on this button, and Wunderbuild will get you to utilize a template. Now these are templates that are provided by Wunderbuild. What I'd like to show you is how to create your own templates. So let's go back out of this and cancel this. And in order to create your own templates, what you need to do is go back to the menu to the left, go down to settings, and from here, you'll then go to the sub menu that populates site diary templates. Click on that, and now you can see the system generated templates from Wunderbuild. Now to add a new template, all you need to do is click this button here, and it'll take you onto the create site diary templates. So let's just create that title to start off with. And might want to call this one site inspection as a template. First thing you need to do is just add a field. Now these fields could be anything in terms of the type. So in this example, I'm going to create a table, and we're going to call that table inspection. And you can see here the first thing you'll notice, the table items and then the field title. These are essentially your columns. And the first column will be classified as a field type of text. We'll create another column saying who is inspected or inspected by. The third one would be condition. Now, we're also going to add a multiple choice field type as well. So this one could be something like inspection status. You can make it passed or failed. And then that's it. Once you're done, go ahead and click save. Now you've successfully created a site diary template. Now, if you'd like to perhaps clone or delete this, click the three dots on the right side or the ellipsis and clone or delete. Otherwise, if you'd like to edit the existing template entry, just click on the actual label of the template and you can now start to customize the fields. And there's also a little checkbox there saying save copy, which fundamentally clones it as well. Let's go click on cancel. Let's utilize the existing template we just created. So go to your jobs, and in our case, we'll click on our sample job. And from here, populate the sub menu with additional items, click on site diary. And you can see here, we've got two entries that are existing that we added as demonstrations previously. What we'll do is click this button to create new and click the drop down to select the template we just created. Now create a title for the site diary entry, and it'll also stamp today's date and time. Now here's the table that we also selected as a field previously when we created the template. You can add additional rows by clicking add item. And of course, let's create the entries now for the columns that we created. So walls and floors, inspected by Tom and James, and condition was good. Now, of course, here's the photos that we added. Now you can also have that as part of your workflow as an example if you have staff members or you need to prove to your client that everything is passed. Now here's that field that we created that's a drop down that has your multiple options. So in this case, fail to pass, we'll go ahead and pass that. Once you're happy with everything, all you need to do is click on save and you're done. You can see the site diary entry on the right side here. So inspections by the team member, the actual type of site diary entry, the date, of course, the time, the weather condition at that time as well, and the tables that we created plus the field with the multiple drop down options. And back up to that table, you can see the photos associated. So you can click those to enlarge those photos. Back up to the top left side, where you can see the entries, you'll notice that there's something called solo and ungrouped. So these are essentially your groups. So you can actually create groups for your site diary entries. And we created one under inspections, and we didn't actually tag that to a group. So let's go ahead and do that. So in order to edit your existing site diary entry, go ahead and click on the options on the top right corner of that diary entry and click on edit. From there, let's go ahead and either two things. Click the drop down to assign to an existing group, or you can type in to create a new group. We'll call this group inspections. And once you're satisfied with everything, scroll down and click on Save. Now, you'll notice that the group has been created with inspections. There's one entry there, and there you go. Now, the other thing you'll notice is the export button on the bottom right side of the site diary entry, and the export all functions on the entries itself on the left side. So just say, for instance, you wanted to share this with your client or your team, this particular site diary entry. In order to do that, all you need to do is click on Export. That will create a printable preview on PDF that you can now share and email to your team or your client. If you like to bulk export your site diary entries, and you may have multiple entries. So the instance here, we've got this sample that we created previously called Solo. There's 2 entries there. So what you can do is click the arrow to expand, and now you can export all. Now every site diary entry has its own page, and you can see both the entries there. And once you're happy, you click on Print, and that will save it to your computer or print it off. Now, instead of exporting and printing to PDF, what you could also do is share this directly to your client if they're a Wunderbuild user as well, if you've included them as part of your workflow and shared your Wunderbuild job directly with your client. In order to do that, of course, you need to add in the client to Wunderbuild. Once you've done that, you click on Options and click on Share. And as you can see, this will share your site diary with your client, and click on Submit. And this is great if you'd like to update your clients daily, weekly, or whatever time frame you agree upon, all within Wunderbuild. What I'd also like to show you is the ability to clone your site diary entries across other jobs. In order to do that, all you need to do is click on the options on the top right corner and click on Clone. That will bring in this field table, so the items that you'd like to essentially enter and clone. And what you could then do is click this drop down here, clone to another job, and select the job that you'd like to clone to. And once you're done selecting the job, click on Save. Most of the time you'll be on site or essentially on the go. Best way to manage your site diary entries and logs, of course, would be through your mobile or smartphone. So if you haven't already done so, go ahead and download the Wunderbuild app. And from here, what I'll do is I'll show you how to do your site diary entries or logs using Wunderbuild's mobile app. With the Wunderbuild app up and running, what you want to do is go to your jobs, and we'll go to our sample job here. Just tap on that. And at the very top, you'll see overview of this particular job. Tap the drop down arrow and go ahead and tap on site diary. And you can see all of the entries. Here's the last one that we did on the actual desktop application. Tap on that entry to view. And you can see here the photos, the notes and etc., the inspection status. And go ahead and create a new entry. So as soon as you tap create on the top right corner, see all of the templates. Let's click on site inspections, the one that we created. Now we can create that site diary entry. So the title of that particular entry, inspection, and the table that we created. So go ahead and fill that out. So walls inspected by who, and the condition as an example. Now, a great thing about using your mobile, you can take a photo or select from a gallery as an example. Let's create another entry and fill that out. So floors, kitchen this time, inspected by Alan again. Condition is outstanding this time. And of course, add the photo of that particular inspection. And once you're done, that multi-choice column that we created, so passed or failed, and you can add additional photos if you'd like. And once all is good, tap on save. And you can see the diary entry that we've just created at the very top. And now let's head back to the desktop version. Now, just to refresh, on the top left corner, you can see the entries and one inspection, and there's 2 ungrouped. Now, what I forgot to do on the mobile app was actually group it. So the great thing is you can go ahead and edit that site diary entry. Top right corner, click on options, edit, and let's put that in the correct group, which is inspections, and save. And there are the entries, most recent one. You can see which one's been shared with the client as well, just so the team knows and you can remember what you've shared previously. And that concludes the video tutorial on how to use Wunderbuild site diary entries. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for the next video.